What's up, Shoragnik here, and in this video let's talk about how to deep clean a mechanical keyboard without damaging or voiding warranty. With that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so the keyboard of my choice is the Corsair K70 RGB Mark II mechanical keyboard with Cherry MX blue switches, and this is a very nice keyboard. I've been using it for about 7-8 months now, and I think this is a keyboard that I don't regret purchasing. All of things aside, let's see how dirty this keyboard is. So at first glance you will see the amount of dirt that has accumulated in the keyboard, and it's very bad, and it's fairly unhygienic to use such a keyboard. And the mindset of using clean peripherals is more robust than the mindset of using dirty peripherals. So that's a thing that you should keep in your mind. And this is where very complex things kick in, how to clean stuff and how to make it look like new. So in this video we are going to talk about that, and also there are some things that I need to mention. That is, this is a very long video. This is going to be a very long video, so I did a disclaimer for that. And also the process is very long. The process of cleaning your keyboard is very long. Like, you are going to take at least minimum of 2 hours while doing this job. So if you don't have time, you should take care of your keyboard. And if you do have time, you should be ready to hard work, because it's not only time consuming but also hard working. So let's get to the cleaning part. So the first thing that you're going to do is see how much dirt your keyboard has accumulated. This is how the cleaning procedure will start. If the dirt is very low, you can just give it a nice vacuum with a vacuum cleaner. It will readily absorb all the dust that has accumulated on the top of the keyboard. If it is gunky like mine one, then it will not work. You have to go the complex way, that is deep cleaning it. So the things that you're going to need to deep clean a keyboard is, number 1, a toothbrush, number 2, some ear cleaning buds, and number 3, a bowl with water, not just any water, soap water. It's better to have dishwashing liquid in it rather than detergent. So that's one thing that you should keep in mind. Okay, with that being said, let's get right to the cleaning part. So first of all, what you're going to do is remove all the unnecessary things on your desk, such as your mouse, your microphone if you have one like me, and your mouse pad. You can also give a nice dusting to your mouse pad in this time, because you are cleaning your keyboard. You can also give a nice dusting to your mouse pad, because mouse pad also gathers a lot more dust than we think it is, because I dusted it. I know how much amount of dust it has gathered over the time. So after you have done all that, you just need to flip your keyboard. Now, why you are going to flip your keyboard? That is because you are going to need to pull off the wrist rest. Now, most keyboards have wrist rests, some don't, and if you have one, it totally depends on the type of wrist rest that you have. It can be magnetic, it can be a clip system like I have, it can be something like a non-magnetic, just a plain wrist rest that you have. So it all depends on the manufacturer and the type of wrist rest that you are using. So in my case, you have to pull it off. Once you put it off, keep it aside, and then comes the main part. So you're going to need the keycap puller that your manufacturer gave you. Now that's because that is the only thing that you can use to pull your keycaps, and if you damage doing it, your manufacturer is going to give you your warranty. So that's a big factor playing over here. So once you have got your keycap puller, just take a look of your keyboard. You can obviously take a picture before pulling it off, so that you don't misalign all the keycaps once you are done cleaning with it. So it's better to take a picture, or it's more better to just open the website of your manufacturer and see the kind of keyboard layout that they are using for their own keyboard. So that's a big screen, more better way. I would prefer that, but it is always a personal choice. So once you start pulling out your keycaps, be gentle with it. So the long keycaps take a lot more patience than the normal standard sized keycaps. Now that's because there are stabilizers present in them, and you should be very careful pulling it off, because you can maybe damage the stabilizers or maybe damage the switches itself. So yeah, The thing that I follow is you can just pull one side of your keycap with the keycap puller and one side with holding down from your hand, so that it doesn't really, do that, make that clang or dang type of sound that it normally makes, and you think your keyboard is broken. It hopefully isn't, because I made it while pulling the space bar, so it didn't break. Thank God for that. Okay, so after you have done that, just keep your keycaps all aside and then keep your keyboard all aside. Bring the bowl that you were supposed to be ready with, and it's better to do it with hot water rather than cold water, because if you have less time, hot water is going to take much less time to clean all the dirt that you have. So once you are done, just put all the keycaps that you have inside the bowl of hot water. Make sure you're using a large enough bowl to hold all of it so that you don't run out of space, or if you are not using a large enough bowl, just bring a bigger bowl and just pour it all in and just give a little bit more water than required. So after you have done that, keep that bowl aside. Make it rest for a minimum of 30 minutes because that is necessary. By the time this thing is resting for 30 minutes, let's do the rest of the job. It's not going to take 30 minutes. It may take more time than you might think it to be. Okay, so this is the layout of the keyboard. It looks very, very dirty. It's not the type I intended to be. It's more worse than I expected. So it's going to take a lot of hard work. You're going to take the toothbrush and then you're going to slowly brush it all off. So it's not going to deep clean your keyboard. It's just going to take off all those Lays and those Cheetos things that you normally drop while you are playing, or while you are eating with one hand and typing with another hand, and you drop some spices of the potato chips that you were eating at that time. So that's the thing that this will help clean it off. But this is not deep cleaning. So, and also while cleaning, make sure to blow the dust off so that it doesn't residue there, because that would be pointless without blowing it. After you have done it, this is how my brush looks. So throw it off. You're not going to need it. The next thing that you're going to need, that you should have been ready by now, is ear cleaning buds. So you're going to need about 10 to 15 buds this time, and you're going to rub it all across the keyboard. Dry buds. You're going to rub all the dry buds all across your keyboard. Now, it will take a little bit of time and also a little bit of patience, because dry buds will accumulate a lot more dust than you would expect it to be, and you're going to need a lot more buds than you intend to be. And once you have done, just rubbing it with dry buds, this is how your keyboard should normally look if you have given a lot of hard effort. But if I give you a close look, this is how the permanent dust is trying to residue permanently on the keyboard. So for cleaning that, you are going to need a little bit of rubbing alcohol. It's better to just pour it off in a very small container, because you're going to need very little portions of that. And just keep it away, and a lot more buds. So bring all the earbuds that you can, because you may need all of it. So once you have brought all of it, then start cleaning it. After you start cleaning it, you will start noticing that the new shine of your keyboard that was there when you bought it, just brought it out of the box and placed it on your setup, looked like, and that is when the good feeling starts to come. Now, once you have done cleaning it, this is how it should look, and man, this looks kind of new, to be honest. And I was not expecting this good of a result though, but since this looks like this, I am proud of myself. That is what I will say right now. So once you are done cleaning your keyboard side, it's, I think, all done. Keep your keyboard aside. Bring back the bowl, and you're going to need a dry towel this time. So just place the towel, make space for the towel on your desk, and bring the bowl in which you soaked your keycaps for a minimum of 30 minutes. It's better to soak it off for at least 45 minutes or about an hour to be specific. And when you bring it back, just pull out all of the keycaps and put it on the towel and let it dry a little bit. Don't let it completely dry, because you are going to throw that dirty soap water and bring clean water. You're going to rinse it 2 to 3 times, and finally you are going to bring it back from the clean water after rinsing it, and it should look something like this. I think it looks kind of good. So after you have done that, what you're going to need is to lay out the keyboard on a flat surface, better if paper, for about 15 minutes at least, and switch on the fan in your room if you have one, and make it dry. It will take about 15 minutes to dry, and once you have done that, you are good to go. Just bring out all the keycaps, bring out the photo, or just turn on your monitor where you have your website's information on where to put the keycaps, the orientation of the keyboard to be specific, and then just one by one put in back all your keycaps in the orientation that it was previously. But this time it's way better. It's looking way clean, it's looking way good, it's looking impressive, it's looking like a new keyboard, to be honest. Once you've done that, it's time to clean the wrist rest. So to clean the wrist rest, it's the same way as cleaning your keyboard. So just a little bit of ear cleaning buds and rubbing alcohol, and just rub it as hard as you can, because wrist rests are not that dirty and it shouldn't take much time. It's going to take hardly 2 minutes to do so. And this is how the keyboard looks, and man, this is damn impressive. That actually feels like a new keyboard once you are using after, cleaning the keyboard and then using it. Feels like using a new keyboard, and it is tremendous hard work. And once your keyboard gets that new look, feel, you know that your hard work has paid off. And that's been it. That is it for today's video. This is Shoragnik signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.